Hello, dear students. I hope you all are fine. I'm your computer teacher, Pankaj Kumar, and this is the video for Standard 8th, chapter number 1, Operating System. As you know that we have discussed the following topics in the previous class. We have discussed about introduction to computer, types of software, that is system software and application software. And I have also classified system software into three main categories, that is operating system, programming software and utility software. You know very well what is an operating system. It is the most important software for running a computer so that user can interact with the hardware of your computer. And some of the examples of operating system are Windows 10, Windows 7, Mac OS, Linux. These all are the examples of operating system. So in this video, I will discuss the functions of an operating system. These are the following functions of an operating system: device management, file management, memory management, processor management, system resource management, program control, and network communication. So let us come to the first topic, device management. One of the most important function of an operating system is the management of all the computer's internal and external hardware. What does our operating system do? It manages all the internal and external hardware, whatever devices which are attached to our computer like keyboard, mouse, printer. It manages all the devices. OS manages device communication through their respective drivers. Drivers are installed in our operating system. We have to install drivers so that these components of the computer can communicate with the operating system. And uh, some of the examples of hardware that the operating system controls, which can include hard disk, optical drives, video cards, and external port controllers such as USB. The program of the operating system, which is responsible for device management, is known as I/O controller. I/O controller means input-output controller. And it has the following work. First, it keeps track of all devices. Second, it decides which process gets the device, when, and for how much time. Third, it allocates and deallocates the device in the most efficient way. And fourth, it controls all the connected devices. Now coming to the next topic, that is file management. A file system is normally organized into directories for each navigation and usage. Directories means folders. Second point, operating system does the following for file management. It keeps the track of information, location, usage, status, etc. Suppose you have used some types of files recently. So operating system keeps the track of everything. When you have used that file, what is the location of that file, what is the current status, etc. It keeps all the records. Suppose you are working on a computer and you are thinking that I will do the work and no one will know, but operating system, it has all the information about your work. Whatever you are doing in, whatever you have done in your computer, or whatever you are doing, operating system keeps the record of all the things. Second, it decides who gets the resources. Third, it allocates the resources. And the directories, it can contain files and other directories also. The collective facilities are often known as file system, and our operating system is responsible for keeping the record of all the files. Now, next is memory management. Memory management refers to the management of main memory, or it is also known as primary memory, main memory or primary memory. Main memory provides a fast storage that can be accessed directly by the CPU. Why these are known as main memory? Because these are accessed directly by the CPU, and that's why these memories are very fast. It gives fast storage facility to the computer. Okay. Now, second point, if a program is executed, suppose you have created a Java program or C++ program, and you have to execute that program, so it must be in the main memory, then that program will be executed, otherwise not. Third, operating system keeps track of primary memory, that is what part of it are in use and what part are not in use. Our operating system keeps track of primary memory, means what part are in use and what part are not in use. Next point, operating system is also in charge of accessing, storing, and retrieving data on the computer's hard drive. So its work is to access, store, retrieve the data on the computer's hard drive. Do you know the main memory is a large array of words or bytes where each word or byte has its own address. Okay, and one more thing, the operating system also manages data stored temporarily in the computer's RAM memory. You know very well, RAM and ROM both are primary memory, because both RAM and ROM can be accessed directly by the CPU. Okay, so RAM, random access memory, it is known as temporary memory. And data stored and retrieved can include document files, picture data, videos, music, etc. Now, coming to the next topic, that is processor management. Operating system decides which process gets the processor when and how much time. This function is called process scheduling. The program responsible for this task is known as traffic controller. Means operating system, there is some program in operating system which is responsible for process management, which is responsible for process scheduling, traffic control. Okay, and these operating systems, the operating system does the following activities for processor management. First, it keeps track of processor and status of process. What, suppose you are running any program, or you are working on some software, so operating system keeps track of the processor and status of the process. Suppose you are copying some file, so what percentage of file have been copied, it keeps the status of your process. Second, it allocates the processor CPU to a process. Processor means, in another words, you can say CPU. Processor or CPU both are same thing. So our operating system, it allocates the processor to a process, and it also deallocates processor when the processor is no longer required. Some another functions of the operating system are also there. You can have a look here, children. There are many functions of the operating systems, and Some of the other functions of the operating systems are, you can see other important activities of the operating system. Following are some of the important activities that an operating system performs. Security. It also provides security to your system by means of password and similar other techniques. It prevents unauthorized access to programs and data. Suppose any stranger or any unauthorized person is sitting on your computer and he wants to access the data, then this facility of the operating system will prevent him from accessing your data, accessing your important data. Second, control over system performance. Recording delays between request for a service and response from the time. So it also take care of these things. Third one is job accounting. Fourth one is error detecting aids. And fifth one is coordination between other softwares and users. Your operating system also take care that other softwares are uh, means your operating system does the coordination between other softwares and users. Coordination and assignment of compilers, interpreters, assemblers, and other softwares to various users of the computer system. Okay, thank you, students. Thanks for watching this video. In the next video, I will discuss some another functions of the operating system and types of operating system. Bye. Have a nice day.